who suspect a damp fuse burning in the Low Countries leading to subsequent fireworks across the North Sea and Atlantic will not be on the wrong track. My TLS essay had begun. The United Kingdom stands on the threshold of its future, apparently immobilized by an idea about its past. That idea is Britain's separateness from the rest of Europe. This is not a theme the political currency of which has meanwhile faded. England's troubles had challenged this idea as it might have been entertained by historians of the nation, New British historians, Anglo-American Atlanticists, and/or J.G.A. Pocock, a field in his own right. Since then, much important work has explored European, Atlantic, and global contexts for early modern British history and the relationships between them. The present book considers how by interaction both with the United Provinces of the Netherlands and with its own unique colonies in temperate climate North America, Britain became the site for a revolution that changed the world. Thus, whereas England's troubles attempted to understand as the first and third among its three subjects the destruction and then reconstruction of the British military fiscal state, the present study discusses the disappearance and subsequent replacement of an entire social, economic, and political way of life. While the context of the former study was European, that of the present one is global. This must be emphasized since this book concentrates upon the transatlantic subsection of a global process of European empire building within which, for the Dutch, its East Asian component was prior, larger, and wealthier. Similarly, within the British Atlantic theater, I emphasize the key demographic, cultural, and economic role of a northern and continental subsection, although its southern and Caribbean zones were as colonial possessions much more profitable. The reasons for this is that my subject is not a place, but a process. Thus, the explanatory focus is upon a connected sequence of social, economic, cultural, and political developments which may be called Anglo-Dutch-American early modernity. This introduces us to another theme of the present study, as true of Dutch agriculture as of British Empire, that what proves to be historically transformative sometimes derives not from the first or traditional path of success, but from a harder road of struggle. Although it uses some archival sources, this book is not a research monograph, nor does its author read Dutch. Like England's troubles, it is an extended three-part analytical essay, predominantly based on printed primary and secondary material. It is not a history of the Industrial Revolution, but an engagement with the early modern European life and world to which that revolution put paid. That engagement takes the form not of a survey, but of an argument, directed to the question posed by my title. For the early modern Netherlands, the historian is blessed by a rich and sometimes brilliant literature, much of it available in English. Dutch, as much as English historiography, has distinct and characteristic emphases. Neither is particularly strong on the history of the other country, which makes understanding this world-changing transnational relationship the first challenge. My modest encounter with American history here was doubtless stimulated by 7 years in Pittsburgh, originating site of the 7 Years' War. In addition, my approach and choice of materials have been influenced by my involvement in Auckland since 2009 with the course History 103, Global History. For all this, the book remains discernibly, if not in explanatory focus, then in its approach, expertise, and limitations, a study of early modern England and Britain in European, Atlantic, and global contexts. As such, it develops some established personal interests concerning the historical importance of the physical environment, in particular water, the interconnectedness of politics, culture, and ideas, the Anglo-Dutch relationship in general, and the transformational impact of the English Republic of 1649 to 53 in particular. The book's second new challenge, to set these themes within the contexts of economic and social history, has taken the author out upon an ocean. But the attempt is important, not only because people in the past did not live their economic, social, religious, political, and cultural lives separately. Here that truth is encapsulated by the migrations, within nations, from countryside to cities, across Europe, the North Sea, Atlantic.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.